Today, you are going to learn a streamlined 5-step process for transforming hours of raw customer interviews into short, highly persuasive video clips using the power of Vizard, and you'll do it incredibly fast. If you are serious about customer research at all, this specific shortcut I'm about to share will save your team an absolute ton of wasted time every single week. Stick around until the very end, because I'm also giving you the exact location where you can grab a free, downloadable cheat sheet with all the steps and templates we personally use. Hey there, I'm Scott, and I'm the co-founder here at Game Thinking. When you are actively building a brand new product, or you're trying to seriously sharpen an existing one of the absolute best things you can do is get on the phone and talk to your customers. We have personally conducted thousands of these deep discovery interviews over the years, and every single time we are genuinely surprised by the sheer clarity a handful of real conversations immediately provides. The persistent problem we always run into is turning those long, detailed, hour-long interviews into clean, compelling, bite-sized clips that you can actually share. These clips are necessary for sharing with internal stakeholders, for training new hires, or for posting as highly engaging content on your social channels. Previously, we used to stitch this entire process together using Rev for transcription and Adobe Premiere for all the heavy video editing. It technically worked for us, but the workflow was frustratingly slow and painfully manual, involving endless searching for the perfect moments. The manual process of lining up specific audio snippets and then exporting dozens of individual clips easily used to add days onto our entire research cycle. Lately, though, we've fully switched over to using Vizard specifically for this exact job, and the resulting difference has been night and day for our productivity. The complex process that previously took us several days to complete now takes mere hours, and I'm excited to show you exactly how we achieve that massive time savings right now. Before I jump into the steps, I want to give a quick comparison note for those who might already know about tools like Descript. Descript is definitely great if your primary focus is a podcast-first workflow, and many people really appreciate its intuitive text-first editor. However, Descript can still feel quite clunky when your actual goal is surfacing dozens of snackable, high-impact clips across various platforms and then scheduling them automatically. Rev remains accurate for transcription services, but we found it to be both costly and generally slow for rapid iteration. On the other hand, Premiere Pro is incredibly powerful, but it is often too heavy and complete overkill for a specialized research-to-clip workflow. Vizard successfully combines the core features we require: smart clip selection, batch export capability, and integrated content scheduling, all conveniently in one central place. Crucially, it also performs a few specialized functions that those other tools simply do not offer. So we'll point out the specific trade-offs as we move through the steps. Now let's jump right into easy step 1. Upload everything. To get the process rolling, you take all of your raw interview video source files, whether they are Zoom recordings, simple phone videos, or something else, and you just drop them straight into the Vizard platform. My preferred method is to upload them all together in a single large batch, so I can begin working across the entire corpus of research simultaneously. Vizard then handles the heavy lifting of processing all those videos and generating the initial transcripts for you pretty quickly. This generated transcript is fully searchable and intelligently time-synced, meaning every single line of text links directly back to the exact corresponding frame in your original footage. Moving on to step 2, surface the good stuff. So like you guessed, this is genuinely where the software truly shines and demonstrates its value. You have the immediate ability to search those searchable transcripts for specific keywords like pain points, feature names, or even competitor mentions. Even better, you can leverage Vizard's proprietary auto-edit feature, which is designed to automatically identify high-energy moments and potential viral hooks within the conversation. For our rigorous internal research, I actually like to run both passes concurrently. I run my usual keyword pass for terms like prototype or pricing, and then I scan the auto highlights for emotional peaks. Here is a major pro tip that saves us so much wasted time hunting through hours of raw footage. If you or a teammate took summary notes during the actual interviews, paste those concise notes directly into Vizard and use them as hyper-specific quick search terms. This tactic instantly lets you jump past all the small talk straight to the moments you already flagged as critical for review. Next up is step 3, tighten and using text edits, which is an incredibly powerful editing paradigm. One of the biggest advantages people love about text-first editors is the ability to chop an entire clip simply by making an edit right there in the transcript. With Vizard, you can easily delete awkward filler words or quickly tighten up an overly long sentence structure within the clip. Deleting a few unnecessary filler sounds, a long pause, or an obviously off-topic sentence updates the final polished clip instantly without touching a traditional timeline. For example, a participant might say a long, rambling sentence like, "I reached out to a bunch of fashion designers and got a ton of responses to an initial survey in about a day or two, which was honestly wild." I can then simply highlight only the core value proposition, something like, "We got a ton of responses to the initial survey in just a day or two," and Vizard creates the clean clip right there. This happens without needing to manually scrub back and forth across a traditional timeline to find the perfect in and out points. Now we move to Step 4. Batch export or publish, which is a huge time saver when dealing with multiple clips. Once I've successfully highlighted all the key quotes I want across several different interviews, Vizard allows me to export every single one of them at the exact same time. Instead of wasting precious time exporting each short video clip one by one, which is what previously ate up hours of my day, I select every highlight and hit the Master Export button. Vizard expertly produces separate, finished short video files, each one perfectly trimmed and completely ready for immediate sharing. The platform gets even better because you can pre-select format presets for the specific social platforms you are targeting, like Reels, Shorts, or TikTok. This means you are completely spared from having to manually reformat and re-render every single video later down the line. Finally, we arrive at Step 5, schedule and share, which is honestly the secret sauce that saved our team the most amount of overall time. Vizard is not just a simple editor. It actually includes a built-in content calendar and a fully automatic scheduling feature for publishing. You simply set your desired posting frequency, pick the exact clips you want to go live, and Vizard will queue them up and publish them according to your specified cadence. Alternatively, if your team prefers managing distribution manually, you can easily drag those exported clips directly to Google Drive and drop each one onto a slide in a standard Google Slides deck for stakeholder review. Either way you choose to proceed, the massive barrier between raw interview data and the final published clip is effectively removed. Let me quickly walk you through a very real, recent example of this process in action for one of our projects. We were conducting research for a new AI tool designed to help startup founders efficiently find product market fit, much faster than traditional methods. We interviewed a number of these founders, specifically asking them where they were currently stuck and how our proposed framework might help alleviate that pressure. One founder told a particularly great story about reaching out to a very niche online community and getting rapid, high-quality survey responses almost immediately. That specific line perfectly and concisely illustrated the core value of rapid market validation to our entire product team. Using Vizard, I uploaded the full interview video, searched for the terms survey and community, and found that exact snippet in under 60 seconds. I then used the text editor to trim the transcript slightly to remove any filler words, exported a concise final clip, and scheduled it to publish as part of a week-long series on founder lessons. The entire process, from the initial file upload to the final scheduled post going live, took us less than 90 minutes to complete. For context, performing that exact same task using the old Rev and Premiere combination would have easily consumed a full day or even longer. To help your team go even faster than what I've shown you, here are a few practical tips we use constantly in our day-to-day work. During any active interviews or usability sessions, have a dedicated teammate log all interesting quotes immediately into a shared document for reference. Later, you can simply search Vizard using those exact pre-logged phrases to jump straight to the crucial moments you already flagged. When you are looking specifically for emotional resonance or punchy, impactful lines, always rely on Vizard's automatic highlights as your very first pass. The AI can often successfully identify moments of high impact that a human editor might actually miss during a preliminary review. Always export your clips using platform-ready format presets because saving just a few minutes per clip adds up significantly when you are producing dozens of pieces of content. I also want to be completely transparent about the trade-offs you must consider when choosing the right tool for your specific team. If you are focused on deep, fine-grained audio edits, or you need a very tight podcast-specific workflow, Descript's filler word removal and overdub features are genuinely impressive. For situations where transcription accuracy is paramount, especially with difficult audio, Rev's human-powered transcripts can still sometimes be the most reliable option. And of course, Premiere Pro grants you granular, frame-by-frame control over every single visual element in your final composition. But if your team's primary objective is converting long research footage into lots of short, persuasive clips very quickly, and then actually getting them published across channels, Vizard is purpose-built for that specific flow. It excels at reducing the unnecessary friction that exists between initial deep analysis and final content distribution. Using Vizard does not mean you need to completely abandon those other excellent tools in your current marketing stack. We still rely on Premiere for those high-end cinematic show edits that require extreme polish and bespoke visual effects. The real trick is learning to deploy the right tool specifically at the right stage of your project timeline. Use Vizard for rapid discovery to clip workflows, use Premiere for that final cinematic polish, and use Descript or Rev when transcript accuracy is the single most important deciding factor. Ultimately, this entire practice matters because stakeholder attention in the modern business environment is incredibly limited and fleeting. Teams absolutely love hearing the authentic voice of the actual customer, but they rarely have the time to sit through hour-long unstructured interviews. Short, contextual clips that focus on illustrating one single powerful insight are demonstrably more persuasive than any summarized report. These focused soundbites make your research findings truly memorable. And, just as importantly, they drastically reduce time wasted in arguments over the interpretation of raw data. Remember, that free cheat sheet detailing every exact step and template we discussed today is available for you right now. Go check the description below this video to find the link and start saving massive amounts of time in your research process starting this afternoon. If you found this 5-step breakdown useful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more practical insights on building better products faster. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video where we tackle another efficiency hack.